Hi everyone, this is my reading for Taurus for the month of July. I would just firstly like to say welcome to my channel. I am new to doing this, but I hope that in some way it resonates with some of you Taurians out there, and I would so love for any feedback that you can give me with a like or a comment. Even if the comments are negative, I don't mind, because it's all a learning process for me, and it's all the feedback you give me can only help for me to keep improving and to keep trying to bring you messages in regards to your life. So we'll start with the first card. The first card is the Eight of Swords. The swords are very much have the qualities of air, which is, it can be an Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. They tend to be more about action, conflict, but the Eight of Swords is saying that you need to face your fear about something. It's almost like you've been hurt in the past, and maybe it's the hurt, maybe it's something else, but there's something that's holding you back. And it's telling you that you need to face this fear. You need to face up to what is holding you back, whether it is a previous hurt or something else. Because it's possible that you could be staying in love or staying within a relationship just for the sake of it, because you're actually very fearful about stepping out of this relationship. Because maybe you're not sure what's around the corner. But this is very much the overall energy of this reading at the moment. There is something is holding you back from making a decision or doing something that you feel you want to do. I would definitely feel it's fear related. As I said, it could be from a previous hurt. It could just be the fear of that you feel you could end up on your own if you step out of this relationship. But you do need to look at why you're in this situation or relationship and work out what it is that's actually keeping you there. And look at why you feel fearful at leaving this. Now, the Sun is a lovely card, and it's one of the major arcanas, and the key words with the Sun are joy, innocence, protection, and creativity. Now, this position of this card is what's helping or hindering you. The fact that the Sun is upright, I would definitely feel that this is something that can help you. Because what this card is showing is you've got the lovely sun there, and we always feel happy when the sun's shining and the flowers are growing. You can see there's two children within this garden, and there's this wall around them, and they're safe and they're secure. In fact, I actually want to change my perspective on this, and this could be what is actually hindering you. Because within this relationship, you may feel safe and secure within inside this walled garden of this relationship. you may feel that this is your safe refuge from the outside world. And you may well find that it's that thought process that's hindering you and keeping you within this relationship, because that's where you feel safe. And to leave that walled garden where the sun's shining and the flowers are growing would be quite scary, because you don't know what you're going to find on the other side of that wall. So that is really what this is representing. But the sun can also say that you are blessed with good fortune and lots of support. So maybe if you did step outside the walled garden and faced your fear of stepping outside, you could find that there is good fortune also behind the garden. Because the sun is not only shining within the garden, the sun is obviously shining outside of those garden walls. It's not just within the perimeter of the wall. So if you faced your fear and maybe stepped outside the safety and security of that garden, you would see that the sun is still shining, that you do still have support and security. And maybe that's what you need to look at, that the security can be there on the inside of the garden, but also from the outside. Because the sun, when it's out, is shining all over. It's not just shining within that garden. Now we have the World, which is another major arcana card. And this is actually in the reverse. The thing I feel about the reverse cards is that we do have the potential of turning them upright if we know the correct way to do it, the correct path to choose. Because at the moment, I would say this is very much the root of the issue. I would feel that you feel that you are just stagnating, that you're in a rut. Your life has just become a routine and you're stagnating. But you seem to have this inability to move on. And the inability to move on is because of your fear of moving on. Because you're fearful of what may happen if you do move out of the safety and the perimeters of this wall garden. You're scared that if you step out of this garden, which is this safety network of the Eight of Swords, that you may find that your whole world's going to crumble. And you're going to lose everything. But also, with the fact that this is turned upside down, you're stagnating. And it's almost like a refusal to let go of past fears or past hurts. And that stubbornness of being able to let go of that is what's keeping you in a situation that you don't want to be in. And if only you could see that the sun can shine outside of that situation, and your own security is not just based on that situation, that you can find that security and safety that you need within yourself. You know, it's your fear of something that's keeping you trapped in a situation that you don't want to be in. So it becomes a vicious circle. Now we have the Nine of Cups, which is also reversed. The cups are very much emotional based cards. They can represent the water signs, which is Scorpio, Pisces and Cancer. But they're very much on your thought process and your emotions. Where this card is sitting is within the effects of the past. Something from the past has had an effect on you. It's like almost that a wish that maybe you had in the past didn't get fulfilled. That you had hoped and wished for something and you didn't get it. It can also indicate that the other way, that you had wished for something, and when you got your wish fulfilled, you actually realised it wasn't what you wanted after all. And then you was in this situation. There's possible delays in the past that have taken place. But the fact that it's reversed, and the fact that it's an effect, something that's had an effect on you, I would be inclined to say that you had hoped and wished for something and it didn't materialise. And the effect of that is still affecting you today. And maybe that is causing an element of fear still inside you. That something you had really, really wished would happen. Maybe it was a situation you was hoping for it to turn out in a certain way. Maybe it was a person. But whatever it was, something hadn't quite worked out the way you thought. And I feel that it's still affecting you now. The next card we have is the Page of Pentacles. Now the Pentacles are earth related. So that's very much your energy within this, being a Taurus. Because the earth elements are Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn. They do very much relate around finances and work and material possessions. And this card is kind of representative of things, situation within your life now. And it's showing that, you know, you need to be realistic about money, because you're not. Somebody close to you could be draining you of all your money. They could be somebody could be a complete impetuous spender, who really has no thought or care about what they're spending, because quite frankly, they're not spending their own money, they're spending yours. So they're really not that bothered about it. And if that's not the case, and it's not somebody around you that's spending money like water, then it's you. But it is saying that you need to be realistic about money. And whoever is spending the money like water, or like it's going out of fashion, they need to stop, because that can't continue. It can also indicate that there is a boredom. You know, you're just feeling bored or overwhelmed with a situation or with work. Maybe just the daily grind of everything. You feel that love has lost its excitement. You can fix that, and you can try to turn that around. Because like I said, with every reverse card, you have the potential to turn it round and make it a positive. But I do feel that there is boredom and a lack of interest in your life. I do feel that you think that if you're in a love situation, it has lost its excitement to you. And I do feel that if not you, then somebody else is literally spending and spending and spending and giving no thought to where this money is coming from to be able to create that amount of spending. And it's time now to start be realistic about the spending and to curb it. The next card we have is the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords, well, the swords themselves, like I'm not sure if I think I did mention, no, I didn't actually. The swords are very much air related in terms of signs, Aquarius, Gemini and Libra. They are very much about ambition, conflict. They're very much an action card. The Two of Swords reversed is showing that there could be some deception within a partnership or a lack of trust. There could be some lies, some lies that are being hidden from you. And because you know something's being hidden from you, it's distorting your whole understanding of a particular situation. This card is falling within the time span of happening within the next few weeks, within the very near future. It could be that you discover that the person who's doing all the spending, that finally comes to light, and you could actually discover that somebody has been spending money like it's going out of fashion, and all of a sudden you get all these credit card bills through the door or other bills through the door, and you're thinking, well, hang on a minute, what's happened here? I never knew, I wasn't even aware of this. What's been going on? It can suggest that you do need to look at the bigger picture within a situation. But it can also indicate that there's not enough balance. That somebody is giving and somebody is taking. And again, that would very much link with the Page of Swords, with somebody spending all the money. Either you are doing all the taking or you're doing all the giving. But either way, there is something's not balanced, and it's going to probably become clear, or it's going to become more clearer to you over the next few weeks. And I feel that it's important that you dig deeper to get to the truth of this situation, because I feel that you need to start looking at the bigger picture of what this is and the bigger picture of this problem. I do also feel that you have to accept, or somebody else needs to accept, could be the person doing all the spending, that they're not right all the time. And maybe there is not a justification for the amount of money that's being spent. But either way, I feel that there's an imbalance here. That somebody is giving and somebody else is taking. And I feel that that situation is going to make itself more and more known, and it's something that's going to have to get dealt with. The next card we have is the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords is a forceful person. She can use different tactics to get her way. She can be quite overwhelming as well. And this is falling within your thought process at the moment, with what's in your head at the moment. So it's quite possible that this could be you displaying these characteristics, or there's somebody around you that is. But there's somebody that is being extremely forceful, or is extremely forceful. But it is also saying to be wary of a strong female. But she can be a firm ally. But she has this need to put her own interests first. Now that's either you at the moment that's being quite self-centered and self-absorbed, or somebody around you is. But, you know, there is somebody around you, or as I said, it could be you at the moment that's being quite forceful. And maybe you're needing to be quite forceful to deal with this issues here regarding the spending and the giving and the taking. Maybe these are characteristics that you need to start displaying yourself, if it's not somebody else around you doing it. The next card we have is the Queen of Cups. Again, like I said, the cups are very much feeling-based cards. Very much about your emotions. This card has fallen within your environment or friends and family. The Queen of Cups is very much a maternal figure. She nurtures her friends and family. You know, it can be an older woman in your life that you know. It could be a mother figure, it could be a grandmother. It could be somebody that you feel you need to turn to for some help and advice. It could be an older woman that you feel you need to go to because she has a lot of experience, life experience. And it's somebody that you can trust, and it's somebody that, the fact that she is very much a maternal figure, I would very much say it is very possible it could be your mum or a mother type figure in your life. But it's somebody that you look upon lovingly, and it's somebody that you trust. And this woman could be rescuing you in terms of advice. I feel very much that you're going to go to this lady and ask what you should do, or just somebody to talk to, and I feel that she is going to listen to you and she's going to help you. It can also indicate that there is hidden messages within your own dreams, and that maybe you need to focus on your dreams and see if there is any hidden messages for yourself within your own dreams. But I do feel that it is possibly an older woman around you that you either look upon as a mother or is your mum, and she is going to help you. The next card we have is the Eight of Wands, which is reversed. Again, I said the wands are very much fire signs or fire type energies. This card has fallen within your hopes and your fears. And it's saying really that you feel like you're in limbo at the moment. It's telling you to be patient and to wait and not to force things. But you are feeling very much in limbo. It's not a time to take risks. And it's saying that money's not great and you need to save. And maybe that's what this is. You know, maybe you are fearing the fact that money is not good at the moment. And that is what's causing you to have these fears and concerns. It could be that you do feel very much in limbo. You don't really know which way to go. And that's causing an element of fear within you because you feel stuck. But, you know, sometimes you can't force things. You have to be patient and you have to wait. And maybe you do need to take the advice of the elder lady. But sometimes trying to force things will just make things worse. So, although you may feel in limbo and very much like you really don't know which way a situation's going to go or you're going to go, because it's very much a card when it's reversed of indecision. But it's telling you that you need to be cautious. And if you are feeling very cautious at the moment, then that's the correct way to be, because you're feeling very indecisive and you have this fear about which way to go because you really don't know which way to go. And because you're fearing this and because you are feeling very indecisive at the moment and very much in limbo, it's telling you not to go and jump the gun and make a decision hastily, because it could end up being the wrong decision. So it's saying to just sit back, be cautious about whatever's being offered to you, but to sit back and wait. And if you're fearing a particular situation, then maybe you're right to do so at the moment, because any fears you have that are bordering on making you be cautious are probably beneficial, because cautious is what you need to be at this moment in time. The final card we have is the Hanged Man. Now this is a Major Arcana card. The Hanged Man, as you can see, he is reversed, because ordinarily he would look like that, like he is literally hanging from a tree. But in this we see that no, he's reversed, and it's almost like he's not hanging. The key words with the Hangman in general are viewpoints, hopes, the unconscious, and waiting. Because if he's in the upright, he is waiting. There's something's happening. You know, there's going to be some change ahead, or he's being guided by his intuition in some way, but he knows to get to his final destination, he's got to be patient and he's got to hang around and wait. When it's like this is your outcome card. When it's the reversed, it can be perceived that it's a refusal to change, and that you need to examine your true attitudes to a situation, that maybe you need to gain some fresh insight on things, because otherwise you could just remain in limbo of this conflict that's going on. Because what this card is showing is that he's not tied to the tree in this picture. This way he's tied to the tree, he's hanging. This way he's not tied to the tree, he's tied to the ground. He could quite easily put the other foot down and release himself from this situation. But he's tied by the materialism, or by materialistic things, or money, that kind of thing, or possessions. It's saying that really you need to consider your approach to a problem, and you need to take some guidance from your own unconscious mind, or from the Queen of Cups. Because if you don't take this guidance and start to see things clearly, you're just going to keep standing there in the same spot, just wasting more and more precious time, because at any point now you can release yourself from this situation. And this situation, I very much feel in my heart, is this situation here with the Eight of Swords. I feel very much that you are in a situation that you want to get out of. And fear, or the unknown, is keeping you in this situation. And still here, if you don't let go of the fear and what's keeping you in this situation, then you're just going to keep hanging around in this situation. Not even hanging around, just keep standing in the same place, never moving forward, never having any changes in your life, because your fears are just going to keep you rooted to the ground all the time. Because I wouldn't even say it's materialism or that so much with you. I would say it's very much that this is what you've been used to. This is what's known to you. This is your little sanctuary, so to speak. But the problem is, this sanctuary and this little security behind the walled garden is not making you happy. It's making you probably miserable. But because it's all you know, and because you're scared that if you step out of this sanctuary, you don't know what you're going to find. But what this card is saying is, if you don't step out of this sanctuary, you're just going to be stood here the whole time, in limbo, never moving, never doing anything. Just staying in a situation that you don't want to be in, and that you could so easily put your other leg down, bend down, and cut yourself free. If only